There was just no light at the end of the tunnel. My self-esteem was just so bad. Like rock bottom self-esteem. Hey, you are not your mind, that you always have a choice. Make the decision to join. The implementation program is incredible. The benefits are just incredible, and you will not regret it.
All right, what is going on, Reboot team? Chris here with yet another testimonial from somebody who's coming to us from our exclusive Reboot implementation program. I love what this guy is doing, and I'm really excited about his progress so far. And yeah, we're just gonna get to hear how his journey and his reboot is going up till this point, and where things can be going in the future. Really excited for this conversation. I'm here with Nick. What is going on, good sir?
Oh, just fighting the good fight, living the dream here. Um, just enjoy. I love your enthusiasm, by the way. I really do appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely, man. Let's jump into it, man. So I want to know, where you've been, where you're at, and where you want to go, and how the program's been helping you out so far. So let's start from the very, very beginning. How did you discover the program to begin with?
I don't even remember how I ended up in the free Facebook group, but somehow I ended up in there. So I just kept on seeing it, and I was like, "Huh, maybe I should start doing something with this." And then eventually I did. I eventually got in touch with Gaspar, and he kind of got me really hooked up. And sorry, and he really got me going. Basically, I think that Gaspar is actually well, Gaspar and GT were the ones that really got me locked in, basically. And I'd originally been maybe I probably watched you guys on YouTube or something, is my guess, but I don't remember exactly what happened. But
You know
something
what?
like that.
You know what's hilarious about that? Like I can relate to that so much because that's exactly what happened with me. Like I found through the various rabbit holes of like I need help. I think I found the free Facebook group and yeah, Gaspar and GT were some of the first couple of guys that I spoke to as well. So shout out to
Yeah.
Gaspar and GT. What was going on? Like what sort of prompted you to reach out and try to ask for help?
I was just really stagnating very badly with life. There was a lot of things that I really wanted to do. I was like, man, I'm going to get these things done, and I just wasn't doing them. There was just no light at the end of the tunnel, and my self-esteem was just so bad, like rock bottom self-esteem. Oh gosh, and then ADD type symptoms. I mean, I think those were probably amplified by this. And that's still something that I'm kind of struggling with. And lo and behold, ADD and addiction go hand in hand, which I guess was kind of a recent discovery, maybe even. So that was really the big thing, is just the ADD symptoms, not being able to get anything done, and then having a very, very bad self-esteem. Like it was unbearable. I just wasn't going where I thought I was going to be going, basically.
But here you are, man, and you joined the implementation group and I'm really like I said it before and I said it again, and I actually am quite serious. I love the way you've been contributing and showing up, and I'm curious to hear like what have been some of the tools that have, benefited you and tools that you've learned about so far.
I mean, the biggest thing for me, I think, is the breaking the cycle tools that I'm learning right now. Like, it's just separating yourself from your thoughts. That's huge. I mean, getting that realization, that is really when the healing starts to take place. And the feelings exercise is so simple, but yet so effective. And just noticing your patterns, like the feelings that you're feeling, like even like before a relapse or something, or just the feelings that you're feeling when you're feeling good, and like when things are going good, and like making a comparison with the data there. Um, but yeah, being able to separate yourself from your thoughts and just actually getting that realization that, hey, you are not your mind, that you always have a choice. That is just so huge, and that is so liberating. So that's the best I can kind of tell you for right now.
No, I love it, man. That is such an important part, and I just, I can relate to the sense of just like being in a place where if I were feeling a thing or if I were thinking a thing, I would just identify with it so like intimately. Like if I had an urge, like that's just what I do. Like I just follow through with that. Um, yeah, tell me about some of those exercises, or tell me a little bit about some of those tools that have like helped out with some of that separation process.
It's you starting from the ground up. The feelings exercise, you learn that from the get-go. The feelings exercise, I feel, is like this one of the most strongest building blocks that you can do for that, because the feelings exercise gets you right down to the basics. You're basically really paying attention to what you're feeling, which a lot of people just don't even do that. I didn't do it all my life. Now that I'm doing it now, I can really kind of be in tune with what I can work on and what I can look forward to throughout the day. And I think that's really where you start the process of separating yourself from your mind. So I would say that that's super effective, and that's kind of how you do it. You just really like first thing in the morning, I think, is what you guys recommend, and that's when I've been doing it the most. And then throughout the day, if I start ruminating or something throughout the day, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to write down what I'm feeling. And in fact, Dr. Eastman, I'm going to expand upon the feelings exercise really quick. Dr. Eastman's tool of name, validate, feel, that expands upon your feelings exercise by a lot. And being able to do that is actually quite liberating. I've been able to do that a couple of times, and that further helps you separate yourself from your mind. So that's the whole basis of what I've been doing so far. Besides actually the further tools, I guess, further expanding upon the tools within breaking the cycle, turning on the lights in your amphitheater and finally talking to your sub personalities. That's really, really, really important. I've been able to talk to like a perfectionist, a procrastinator, a one that likes to get me to act out, stuff like that, and kind of just dialoguing with them. That's been super duper effective too. I think that just doing that over time and just repeating that as much as you possibly can, I think that's really going to help you heal as well. So that's been very, very, very effective for me.
I love that. And I love the way you articulated that. You got to speak to a perfectionist, a procrastinator, like, our addictive type personalities. You're able to separate these different types of thought patterns and these different types of urges, really, and speak to them individually. Because, like I said, it's like when you begin that separation process, not only are you like separating your attachment to them, they're not all just like one clump. It's like once you kind of like
Mhm.
take some distance, it's like, okay, this is a part of me that is like a perfectionist. This is a part of me that's leaning on procrastination sometimes. It's like you can see them just for what they are, just a feeling. And I love the word liberation that you use. It's like, oh, hold up a second. Like I'm not this thing. I'm not this feeling, and being able to see a thought simply for what it is, a thought, not a thing that's like out to get you. How has that, contributed to your reboot success so far?
The liberation, that's the perfect word for what you go through in this process. The liberation from your thoughts and realizing that they are not actually out to get you. That's really huge too. And just learning compassion through the program for yourself. Compassion even for your destructive sub personalities that are, they're destructive to you, but they're not meaningfully destructive. That is really, really huge too. And the benefit that I've noticed so far is that you can just actually go into public and actually feel like I fit in again. I feel like that I can actually converse with people and connect with people, and just I'm just not drowning in shame anymore. I don't have like a super low self-esteem and I'm not drowning in shame constantly. So that's just right out of the gate. I mean, I'm still in my early reboot even, and I'm feeling those types of benefits. And that is truly liberating.
I love that, man. And you had mentioned Dr. Eastman earlier. Shout out to Dr. Jessica Eastman, our trauma, recovery coach. And on that same wavelength, how have the coaching sessions been beneficial to you so far?
Well, the coaching sessions definitely take it to the next level because you're getting regular feedback from people that are specialists that have seen this stuff. It's not the first time that they've seen it, just like anybody on your team, obviously, but just like with Dr. Jessica Eastman, her specialty is trauma and emotions, and she gives you like really valuable tools, and she helps you work with those tools until you get really proficient with them, and then she always has more stuff to give you as well. So that is really, really nice. Coach Milan, he's wonderful too. He's really given me some good insight, and I've listened to the insight that he gives to others to kind of help disconnect yourself from your thoughts as well, and help you see what you can do instead of giving into those thoughts. I guess it's kind of like a mindset type of thing, helping me realize the limiting beliefs, and then giving me ways that I can create growth beliefs instead of limiting beliefs. So the specialists do really help you take it to the next level. Is what I'm trying to say.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you've had that experience. I'm also curious about how has your experience been so far with the Facebook community?
Facebook community is wonderful too. It's being able to connect with brothers that are going through the same thing. I mean, I think it feels just as good to for them to help you out, and it feels really good to be able to help them out too, because it does really benefit both ways. And so to see somebody that's going through the same struggles that you are, and then you can see that they're progressing and they're having success and they are getting integrated back into normalcy, and they are being liberated again, right? They're being liberated, and uh, just seeing that progress and being a part of it in real time is just it definitely makes a difference as if you were to just to try to do it on your own, like in a corner somewhere, right? So it's a really big thing. It's a really, really, really liberating thing too.
I love the theme of the conversation so far, like that liberation. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like I'm curious, like Like you said, seeing somebody who might be opening up a little bit more or sharing about, hey, these are some wins that I'm having, or hey, here are some things that I'm going through. Again, just to draw a bridge, like I remember one of the biggest things when I was first starting my reboot, right, was seeing other guys share. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like not only am I not alone, you know, I kind of got hip to the fact that like, oh, like I'll get the most out of this experience by giving as well, like taking the focus off of myself and trying to contribute. And, it's that sort of take a penny, leave a penny sort of thing.
It never really feels like you're truly leaving a penny because it's beneficial no matter what. Because it does feel good. It actually does feel like a collective consciousness or collective unconsciousness or whatever you want to call it. It does feel like you're all on the same wavelength and you are kind of all helping each other, no matter if you're giving or taking, basically. And I forgot to mention, yeah, accountability partners. Like my accountability partners are incredible, and that is so important. That is so important. I'll give a shout out to my accountability partners. I mean, Julian and Anton are just wonderful. I mean, they always have really good advice, and we always. And I'm a little bit closer with Julian, and Julian are always, Julian and I are always kind of trading off like the give and take type of thing, but it's very effective, very effective. So I can't state that enough, honestly.
That's awesome. And just in your own reboot journey, like what has been some of the benefits and value in having accountability partners?
It's in real time. You're just kind of like, especially with somebody that's in the same phase as you.
Mm.
Like Julian and I are in the same phase, and so we're kind of going through it together a little bit. And so we kept our own progress as we're doing it at the same pace and the same. So we started like maybe about a week apart from each other. So just to be able to see the progress in real time like that and move along with them and kind of realize like, hey, I'm going through the same thing that you're going through, and we can also have insight for what we can give to each other as far as how we dealt with a certain struggle, or it's the give and take thing. Like what I said again, it never really feels like you're actually taken away from yourself. We are always able to come up with some sort of good advice and keep each other motivated, whether or not it's even intentional.
Love that. Super cool, man. And there's a question that I love to ask on, conversations like these, where essentially having learned and experienced what you have so far, let's say hypothetically you bump into somebody who is dealing with an out of control behavior, right? They confide in you and they're just saying, hey, Nick, like, I'm kind of going through it. And they share that they're sort of, suffering in silence in the way that you and I know about very well. Again, having learned what you've learned so far and having experienced what you have so far, is there anything that you would want to share with a person like that?
I would share with them that they're certainly not alone, that there's tons of people that are going through the same thing, and I would encourage them to, join a program like this or whatever they can do, because the longer that you let it go, it's just going to eat away at you, and it's always going to cause you to procrastinate and prolong the problem. And the benefit that you get from this is far outdoes the short term benefit that you get from acting out.
Mm.
Far outdoes the short term benefit of acting out, like without a doubt. It is, and I'll say it again, it's very liberating. You're going to have a very liberated feeling once you start doing this, because you're going to start to feel better around people. You're going to start to feel better about yourself. You're going to start feeling better about everything, basically. You're going to have focus, and you're going to have a light at the end of the tunnel, basically. So that's what I would tell them something like that.
So, sort of a follow-up question, would you then in turn, recommend this program?
I would absolutely recommend this program. I mean, that's probably the best community. I mean, I did some research, and it's the biggest community that I've seen. And not only that, it's just it's very comprehensive, and there's no all bases are covered that I could possibly even think of. I mean, there's a lot of specialized programs out there, but this one has the whole nine yards. It has the community, it has the specialists, it has modules, it has everything. So I would definitely recommend this program. First and foremost, obviously, I'm biased because I joined it, but there's a good reason why I joined it. So absolutely.
And you're speaking my language, man. I've been in your shoes, and I think that's awesome, man. I think I'm really happy that you've had that, sort of takeaway so far. And yeah, again, the theme being like liberating. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you're getting a taste of that. And it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. This is only in the beginning, man. Um,
I don't, and sometimes cliché is not a bad thing, man. That's the way I see it.
I mean, it's cliche for a reason, right? Well, before we close out, again, thank you so much for making the time and taking the time on your birthday, no less.
Yeah.
But
That's all good. It's all good, man.
yeah, man. But before we close it out, man, if this happens to make it to the, YouTube channel or the podcast or whatever, odds are pretty high that, if someone comes across this, they might be kind of going through it. They might be kind of searching for answers or a community or help of any kind. Any maybe sort of parting words to, directly to a person like that before we say goodbye?
Absolutely. Yep. Brother, you are not alone in this struggle. You're in the right place. If you are watching this right now, you're in the right place. Make the decision to join. The implementation program is incredible. However you want to go about doing it, take the action now. Do not wait. It's the benefits are just incredible, and you will not regret it.
Nick, everybody, woo! Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate your insight and all the continued success to you, bro.